Welcome to the Wakefield Doctrine, the theory of Clarke, Scots, and Rogers. This is part 2 of episode 3. God, I'm trusting Google to have translated and made the noise appropriate to the language that I was attempting to utilize. In any event, this will be part 2 of our 3-part episode with Claire Peak, guest, newest friend of the Doctrine, hat-wearing head over in Sweden, and we were talking about the idea of perspective on the Doctrine. We asked her about how she would explain in 25 words or less, in a sense. I know we've talked about recently in comments about your adventures back to school, which is a whole, I mean, geez, that's 3 posts right there. I think we've all done that to a certain extent, and depending on the age differential, there's some interesting phenomena when you go back to school. You're going back to your old timeline frame of reference, and yet it's populated differently. Almost like a time travel, except you're not as ghostly as you would like to be at times, and you're more ghostly than you would prefer to be at other times. By the way, to the readers, Claire is doing some interesting work over at her blog that you really need to go over and start from scratch. She's doing the a year thing. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Claire. It's starting with the new year, and it's Perfect World, I think, is the name of the one I'm thinking of. But you've also got a create a world and with an element of time travel to it, which I kind of find, well, who doesn't like time travel? So the idea of going back to school, I think I mentioned today, was the age difference is always interesting. So we were talking about how the Doctrine is playing out there to the new readers, young readers, not so much young as in age, but new to the Doctrine. That's our emphasis. Suggestions that can be typed in a little 5-second read kind of thing. What should we stop doing as soon as I put this video down, as far as how it's presented right now? And as a follow-up question, what you think would help the most? Now we know we have issues with structure of the blog itself. It's not as organized as it needs to be, but with what we do, which is posts going down the side and some static information, the 2 questions will give you some more time on the in a sense, the worst thing about what we do right now, and a suggestion that you might have that will ease the path for the new readers. Okay, I'm almost to the end of this, a very short segment. I hope you are typing a lot. What do you think? What will look forward? The Doctrine unfolds itself, as readers know. The Doctrine's just sort of coming alive as all of these people get involved in it. What do you, when you look back in a while, what will you be most happy that you came across the Doctrine for? What effect, I guess, what is the most beneficial effect that you can imagine the Doctrine having on the basis of what you know about it now? I hope that makes sense. Otherwise, I'll just have to I'm going to drive around the block a second. I'll give you a little bit more time on that, because I think that that's really where we want to focus our efforts. Explaining it right now, frankly, it used to be that we were beating our heads against the wall to explain the Doctrine as clearly, generically, in other words, as Rogerian a manner as possible, because we were concerned that people wouldn't get it. At the same time, we were predicting that the people who got it first would be the Clarks. It's turning out that way. Not a surprise there. So I guess we're less of an emphasis on how do we explain it, but what kinds of, where's the emphasis, where should the emphasis be in terms of the the benefits of the doctrine. We're lately into this self-improvement, and now I'm not leaving you enough time to interrupt. What was that? No, it can't be that time already. All right, well, I'd like to thank Claire for taking the time to review these tapes and put in her response. And we will be working on either staying up very late or getting up very early and doing a real-time version of this. But for now, thank everyone for coming by. Thank you, Claire. And remember, to your right, there's a link. Go over and see it. Talk to you later.